This summer, Henry works as a trainee for a company and he has the chance to meet a lot of new people at work. Lately, however, he has noticed something that bothers him.
Every time I chat with my colleagues, I realize how many great ideas these guys have to improve the workplace. I just keep wondering why none of them get implemented. Hey Marja, have you noticed that many of our colleagues have great improvement ideas? It just seems that they don't know how and where to express them.
That's a good point. We really do need a channel to submit ideas to improve our workplace. Why don't you suggest something and we'll see how we can fix this problem?
Problem solving starts with observing the environment, keeping your eyes and ears open for information and clues. What do they tell you? Are they somehow linked to each other?
This is like being a detective.
Most problems are a combination of issues. In other words, by solving one issue, you might only be able to solve part of the problem. You should step back, look at the big picture, and find the root cause of the problem. Only then will you be able to solve the entire problem. Once you have gathered and analyzed all the information, you are able to define the problem. Make sure you evaluate all reasonable alternatives. Ask a colleague for an opinion to get another point of view. Once you are certain what the problem is, the next step is defining different solutions. There are several practical tools you can use to come up with alternative solutions. After careful consideration, Henry decides to use a decision tree. Decision trees are a good way to illustrate complex problems and possible solutions. Henry starts by drawing the goal. Then he identifies his options. He imagines implementing one option at a time and carefully considers what are the pros and cons for each option. Finally, the map points him to the solution. After completing a decision tree, Henry decides to pilot the digital idea box. He gets help from one of his colleagues from the IT department, and together they create a web page. Henry starts to advertise the new solution and encourages his colleagues to submit their improvement ideas. Soon, the digital idea box is flooding with fantastic ideas. Henry and his colleague from the IT department agree that the digital idea box web page works well, but it still needs a few final tweaks. Marja is very pleased to notice that Henry's initiative has turned out to be a success. By looking at things from a newcomer's perspective, Henry was able to spot something his colleagues hadn't noticed. In working life, you constantly face challenges, big and small. Being able to solve problems and coming up with alternative solutions is a highly appreciated skill. That being said, problem solving can also be a team sport. Having a diverse team helps you to get different viewpoints. The best characteristics of a problem solver are being detailed but yet comprehensive in your work. A good problem solver also has an entrepreneurial mindset. This means accepting the challenge and trusting. Don't forget to think outside the box and come up with creative alternatives. It's all about taking responsibility and making the final decision. It doesn't matter what you do, it's how you do it that counts.